on their race car the best over these 100 laps. Give me Devin Moran from 7th. I think the mailman takes it home, gets his first career topless 100.
Well, there was nobody better at managing tires with Scott Bloomquist. He won a race here. He pitted. It was an afternoon race. He pitted before the halfway mark, and with tire wear for other competitors, came home with the victory that afternoon. Got to go with Dale McDowell. Dale McDowell is so much like Scott Bloomquist on the racetrack. It's uncanny that Team Zero by McDowell makes history here tonight. The first driver to win it in back-to-back years, to get his third in the 17M. Tiffany, our producer, who did you pick? She went with Ricky Thornton Jr. Anybody else going to make a pick down in the trailer? I hear no. Yeah. 7 former winners here this weekend. All 7 are in the race. Chris Madden, he won here in 2019 for Scott Bloomquist. He's the crew chief for Ricky Thornton Jr. The Brandon Ford Pace truck off of turn number 4, 100 laps. It will be Delaware double file restart as long as the track stays raceable until 10 or less laps to go. In the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, it could be very busy tonight, as Chris will be reporting from that. The Brandon Ford Pace truck down the back straightaway around this 3/8 mile oval. Do our 4-wide salute, the greatest fans on all of auto racing dirt, late model fans at Batesville Motor Speedway. On the weekend, we've lost a legend. Everybody up on your feet, coming out of turn number 4. This race began in 1993 here at Batesville Motor Speedway. Freddie Smith was the inaugural winner of the event. Scott Bloomquist, the only driver that has won it 5 times. Billy Moyer will start 18th. Will he equal Scott here tonight? With Dale McDowell racing with a heavy heart. Can he get it done back-to-back years in 17M? All right, our missing man, and how appropriate that the poll is open for the only 5-time topless 100 winner, Scott Bloomquist. It's Dale McDowell out of turn 4, our missing man in memory of Scott Bloomquist. All right, remember, those at home or here at the track, lap 18. If you drink and you've got some Crown at home, Crown Royal, how appropriate for Scott, wouldn't it? Lap 18, take a shot, my friends. All right, 100 laps. We'll talk to the top 3 in Lucas Oil Victory Lane, who will be on the Big River Steel podium here tonight. Ricky Thornton Jr., 13 wins this year. Dale McDowell on the outside at 17M at the Nutrient Ag Solutions start zone. The 32nd topless 100 is underway for $50,000. Slides it into one. Dale Mack got up against the wall, goes side by side with McCready down the back straightaway. McCready last one here in 2008, driving the Sweeteners plus 39 off of turn number 4. Thornton leads lap number 1. Dale McDowell second in the 17M, working the bottom down the back straightaway. Here comes the Red Horn, Mike Marlar. He's won Knoxville 3 times. He's never won at Batesville. It's tonight off of turn 4. He runs in third. Moran quickly into fourth into 99, working the outside. Oh, let's go to the wall. Hud O'Neill out at turn number 2. And down the back straightaway, here comes Ethan Dotson, the ASD Motorsports 74, as we work lap 3 with Thornton still in front. Side-by-side battle into 1. McDowell, they bounce through 1. McCready on the bottom at 17M. They go side-by-side down the back straightaway. Off at turn number 4. Turn number 4, as McCready is cleared, McDowell up at turn number 4. Ricky Thornton Jr. still leads. McCready runs in second. McDowell is in third. Fourth is Mike Marlar. Fifth is Hudson O'Neill. Sixth is Devin Moran. Seventh is Ethan Dotson. As they come off at turn number 4, Thornton, they are setting a rapid pace, 13.5 for RTJ. Now they will pick up the tail end of the field quickly down the back straightaway. Thornton has it in his sights. Here comes McCready in 1. You know he wants that first win for Rocket 1. That Rocket XR 1.2 as he cuts the gap into 1. Does car number 1. Now they'll pick up the tail of the field. 27 cars we started with, all left running on the racetrack right now. Off at turn 4, here comes the race for the lead. Thornton behind the 93 of Corey Lawler into turn number 1. McCready, he had a good hot rod last Saturday at Florence, could not clear the outside and get up there and challenge Pierce a week ago. It's still RTJ into turn 1. Lap 10, we're working out of turn 4. Thornton is led from the start. Never won this race, and the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out on the track. Oh, Dalton Wilson in the 18D car coming here out of turn 4 right here on the main straightaway, turned around the wrong way. We'll see if we have a replay of that. So Dalton Wilson, the 18D car, early in this race, 10 laps in, and the helmet is off on the James Ratliff-owned car for the Big Perm. We've got a speed shot of what happened to the 18D. And right there, contact. Wilson and so contact there, so Dalton Wilson, and he got contact from the car as he has climbed from the 18D. He came in tonight 8th in the championship points. So look at it here just to see, and not 100% sure. I just don't want to call out anybody that it was not. So he's going to get a hook back to the pit area. He's got the helmet off. And David Brazil, you see the 54 car, Chris Moore, heavy damage on that Rocket.
Yeah, I was down here checking on Corey Lawler. He's got something broken. It looks like he's got the helmet off. He's going to be done as well here out of this Topless 100. Tough break for Dalton Wilson as well. Qualified through the B main, was the final car in. but his topless 100 going to get cut short.
Well, they're going to take Dalton Wilson into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Again, he did take his helmet off, but that doesn't mean he's out of the race. We'll see what they'll take a look at that. The Ratliff team will take a look at it, see if they can get it fixed back out on the track. He does have a tire, as we're going to double him up, and he might be done because we're going to double him up here. As you see, Dalton Wilson again came in tonight 8th in the points, was the Victory Fuel pole sitter last week at Florence. Thornton has led from the Victory Fuel pole here tonight. So we'll keep it under caution.
Yeah, yellow
as you
lights
see
are
the
still
crew
out.
down there. Chris Moore,
Yeah,
and I don't know. We're going to working on that left side, the left rear of Dalton Wilson's car.
Yeah, the left rear tire, as you can see, is very shredded. Dalton still doesn't even have the helmet on. I believe that, I don't know, they're working quickly like they want him to get back out. He's not acting like somebody, well, I think he might be trying to put his belts back on, potentially. Too many guys in here to get in and try and take a look, see if there's any suspension damage at all. But Dalton, it does look like he's tightening the belts back up. Lights are out, though, guys.
All right, 10 down, 90 to go. Thorne's led from the start. McCready is second. McDowell is third. Marlar is fourth. And he does get courtesy laps. Remember, once the lineup is correct, he gets courtesy laps. So Wilson, that tire shredded down there from the contact with the 54 car.
They
Chris,
got
back
him
to you,
dropped,
Chris.
helmets back on.
There you
Gonna
go.
come back out, yeah. They had turned the lights out, James. I'm sorry. I thought we were going back green, but I guess the lineup wasn't quite right. Okay.
Hey, Big Perm's got to have a helmet on, right?
He had just put it on. They had handed it to him. He put it on. It's not strapped yet, but he's back on the racetrack. Now he'll strap it and get his gloves put on. But, yeah, he's good to go.
Yeah, he had courtesy laps, so once the lineup is correct, which it is now, he will go on the tail end of the field. Everybody, I believe, still in the lead lap in a heavily damaged 18 car. Remember, he's 8th in the points. Every point counts in this championship hunt as far as everyone is concerned. So Dalton Wilson back out on the racetrack. How about that? Get your head and neck restraint back on, get the belts tight, get the helmet on. We're good to go. Thornton out of turn 4. He'll lead McCready and McDowell at the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone, back underway at BMS. Oh, Mike Marlar, he led 25 laps at Florence last week. He goes to third here at Batesville down the back straightaway. Mike Marlar has a good hot rod, and he's got a turn at 4. He still has the third spot. McDowell is going to lose another spot to O'Neill. Meanwhile, McCready's going to challenge for the lead down the back straightaway. Mike Marlar may have the fastest car on the track. He did the last time around out of turn number 4. He'll hold it in third. O'Neill fourth. 5th is McDowell. 6th is Moran. Garrett Alberson will follow them. Then Ethan Dotson, Carson Ferguson, Dotson on the bottom. Here comes the California runner. Down the main straightaway, the ASD car. He's up another spot as Thornton continues to lead down the back straightaway. Clay Harris goes in car number 6. And Clay Harris on the back straightaway, and he will not make it to the pits as the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is back out with a Jupiter, Florida driver. So our second Dave Warren Power Sports caution of the race is for the driver's second in the O'Reilly O'Barr Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. Mechanical issues last night, and Clay Harris, man, he was so good at speed weeks, decided to run for Rookie of the Year. He led that for up until about a month or so ago. Drake Troutman has taken command of that, and Chris Moore, the Florida driver of the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit in 6.
Yeah, he had just pulled in. His crew guys threw their arms up to ask him what they could do, and he shook his head at him. He's got his helmet off. Sounds like they hurt the motor, James.
Oh.
Boom Briggs is also here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Pit area. Hustle our way over. His guy's taking a look in the rear suspension. They've got a new right rear tire but it's not flat. I don't believe. Yeah, I don't think the new tire can go on, so this looks like...
Well, the caution was, yeah, the caution was not for him, but...
Okay. They're not changing the tire, though. Looks like just taking a look in the rear end. I didn't see any adjustments made, James.
Gotcha.
Maybe just checking on things. Maybe Boom felt something he didn't like, but
now
he's back out.
Yes, thank you. The caution was for Clay Harris. If you got a tire down, you are allowed to change it. If you bring out a caution on purpose and you don't have a flat tire, you can't change it. That's been a rule for a couple of years now. Anybody else that pits, they can change tires. Here we go, back underway. 13 in the books. Thornton, here comes McCready in 1. Down the back straightaway, Marlar slides up the track. O'Neal take the bottom on him in 71. O'Neal throws it into 3rd. On the bottom, I believe that's Devin Moran out of turn 4. Moran, no, that's Ethan Dodson. Ethan Dodson's got a good hot rod. Tyler Austin Brashears has it tuned up. Down the back straightaway, he climbs into 6th at 74. Off at turn 4, it's still Ricky Thornton Jr., your race leader into turn 1. Throws it in there. They did scrape the wall down in turn number 1. Marlar is in 4th behind O'Neal. 5th remains McDowell. 6th is Dotson as they go into turn 3. Off of 4, Ricky Thornton Jr. Still your race leader in that Bobby and Jessica Kohler Cornet powered Longhorn into turn 3. Jumping right in there, McCready. There's the battle back here. How about Stormy Scott of the move, that category 5. Jason Durham turning the wrenches again on that car as he has cleared Garrett Alberson into 1. Right now the lead is about 2 car lengths off of turn 4. Plenty of racing room here tonight at Batesville. And again, they're going to pick up the tail end of the field here in another couple of laps. The top 3 out of turn number 2, it's Ricky Thornton Jr., Tim McCready, and Hudson O'Neal. Mike Barler remains in 4th, Dale McDowell 5th, 6th is Ethan Dodson up at turn 4. 2 caution flags so far. I mean, they throw it in there. You got a bump down there in turn 1, may disturb the car a little bit. Ricky Thornton Jr. looking for his 14th win of the season off at turn 4. You see Carson Ferguson battling back there with Garrett Alberson. Now they picked up the tail end of the field into turn 3. You see the Taylor Motorsports car, then Jonathan Davenport, he's 3rd in the points. There comes Thornton. Ricky Thornton Jr. around the 17, double S of Brendan Smith. 20 down, 80 to go. Down the back straightaway, McCready. Thornton throws it in. On B.J. Robinson out of turn 4. McCready's trying to stay right there in that blue 1. Now McCready to the bottom. Here comes O'Neal in 71. Marlar down the back straightaway. They had a log jam back there with trying to get on Robinson. O'Neal throws it in on the bottom. They're trying to go side by side for a second. McCready still has the spot into turn 1. Ricky Thornton Jr. still out in front. In the 20 RT, McCready charging hard into turn 3. Ross Robinson, the final car in the lead lap in 7. There you see the battle back here. That is 3rd and 4th, O'Neal and Marlar. Tell you that turn number 1, it might put you in the wall here if you don't watch. Be careful. McCready's there. McCready's going to go to the outside. Thornton to the bottom. In traffic out of turn number 4. McCready has to, or Thornton has to slide up the track. It's a car length into turn 1. McCready works the inside. They go side by side in turn number 2. Sliding up the track is McCready. Thornton on the outside of Robinson. Now we'll go to the bottom. Here comes O'Neal in 71. They're side by side for second. Off at turn 4 at Danby so far at Batesville. It's Thornton. He has led every lap here tonight, but it's tenuous right now as McCready will slide around Robinson. O'Neal and Marlar will have to follow suit. Then it's McDowell, Dodson. Off at turn 4. Heavy traffic for your leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. He's driving it hard. So is McCready, so is O'Neal, so is Marlar, McDowell, Dodson, O'Neal, Moran as the car slows in the back straightaway. Ross Robinson, I believe, off the pace at 7, but will he make it back around? I don't know if he's got a tire down or not, but he's still, and the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out for the Georgetown, Delaware racer. good race so far, 27 in the books. Thornton's led every lap, but through traffic, that's fun to watch. As Ross Robinson will head back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Yeah, and he's got a lot of damage. Yeah, the left front suspension broke on the Stokely Materials Dutch Star Motorsports entry. And Chris Moore, that's fun through traffic, the battle there between Ricky Thornton Jr., Tim McCready, Hudson O'Neal, Mike Marlar, and Dale McDowell.
Yeah, they were too wide at one point. I believe it was Robinson and Boom Briggs were too wide in front of Ricky Thornton. And that was when McCready really got close, showed a nose underneath the 20 RT. And then Ricky kind of kicked it into another gear at that point and had stretched it out a little bit. And then Hudson O'Neal went after McCready for the runner-up spot. It's been good battles right now, but nobody able to really make any serious ground, make any passes for position. The top, James, is still really fast right now.
I mentioned last night tire wear in a 30-lap A main, not good. We'll see how it is tonight. So Ricky Thornton Jr. on the Delaware double file restart. He will be out in front. McCready's going to pick the top on O'Neal. It'll be Marlar, McDowell, and then Dotson, Moran, Ferguson, and Stormy Scott. Again, we have 27 laps scored, Chris Moore.
Well, I can tell you this, they're working on the left front of Robinson's race car. I just checked out the rear tires, though, and the tread still looks good. All the race teams coming over every time a car comes into the pit area. I'll get a word on, looks like something's broken on the 7 of Robinson. I'll go get a word on that. But just wanted to tell you, it looks like our tire tread is not a big problem right now.
All right, 27 scored at the Nutrien Solutions restart zone. Here comes Thornton, O'Neal, and the 1 of McCready. They bounce into turn 1. O'Neal's going to throw the slider. They try to go 3 wide out of turn 2. McCready for the lead down the back straightaway. O'Neal loses his momentum. Here comes the red horn. Mikey Marlar throws it in there into third. Here comes McDowell at 17M. Good battle. Man, if this thing could just stay green for a long stretch. On the bottom, here comes Devin Moran at 99 and Ethan Dotson. They go side by side. It is still Ricky Thornton Jr., your race leader in the 20 RT. Second spot, McCready, Marlar, O'Neal, McDowell, Dotson, Moran, Ferguson. Off at turn 4, it is still Thornton. Ricky Thornton Jr., 30 laps scored, still 70 to go in the 32nd topless 100. 3 caution flags so far. McCready tries a line through the middle. Thornton still married to the top into turn 1. He'll bounce right up in there. Man, I tell you, just one little mistake, he'll be in the wall, but he keeps it down the back straightaway. Now McCready will have to get his momentum back down the back straightaway into 3. Here comes Marlar and O'Neal and McDowell into turn 1. Tyler Stevens calls it a night in that category 5, number 2. As we work lap 33. Thornton Jr. about 5 car lengths into turn 1. Now McCready's trying to get his momentum built back up. Here comes T-Mac down the back straightaway. He's cut it about 4 car lengths into turn 3 and maybe closer this time around. McCready, he'll bring it out of turn 4. Thornton still leads here in Batesville for $50,000. Out at turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. The lead, as you see right there, as you see the battle back here, Davenport trying to make his way up through there as he's gotten around the 93 of Carson Ferguson. Thornton's led from the drop of the green, but guess what? They're going to pick up the tail end of the field here again into turn number 3 here in a lap or 2. Now McCready seizes an opportunity. McCready still up top there as we got a car in the wall, and we got cars on the main straightaway. We've got B.J. Robinson in car 1, and I believe that's Stormy Scott in the 2 car. And the Dave Warren Power Sports caution, that's Drake Troutman and Stormy Scott here on the main straightaway, heading into turn 1. So the 4th caution of the race out there, and Drake Troutman leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase with 35 complete. Not sure what happened down there, Chris Moore.
I've got 2 guys in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce pit area. Boom Briggs, it looks like, going to change both rear tires. Dalton Wilson's guys don't have new tires. I think they might just be trying to rip this right rear quarter panel off. The right rear quarter panel's dragging on it. Boom Briggs, though, it looks like they are going to put 2 fresh new rear tires on the 99B. Also can tell you Ross Robinson broke a tie rod in the left front.
Hey, good job, Chris. Thank you very much. Well, from the speed shop, we'll see what happened here. Coming down the main straightaway between Drake Troutman and Stormy Scott. There's a car off the pace. Stormy's off the pace, and Troutman had nowhere to go. He was at full speed off the turn 4 and heavy contact. Chris Moore.
James, add Jimmy Owens to the guys in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce pit area, and it looks like at least a left rear tire is going to come off. Right rear tire is going to come off as well. So this is what we talked about. Tire wear always a factor here at Batesville, and these guys game planning for it. Jimmy Owens, Boom Briggs, both putting on new sets of rear tires. Dalton Wilson's guys still working in the right rear of that race car. Again, it looks like just trying to get that right rear quarter panel off to stop it from dragging on the racetrack.
Yeah, not sure if something happened to Stormy's car coming off of 4, but he slowed, and Troutman had a full head of steam. Looks like both cars are done for the night. So Clay Harris, who's second in the Rookie of the Year chase, he's already called it a night. Troutman leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year points. He is out as well, the way it looks right now. So Stormy's got to get a tow back to the pit area. So right now it's 35 complete. Ricky Thornton Jr. still your race leader. Second is Tim McCready. Third is Mike Marler. Fourth is Hudson O'Neal. Fifth is Dale McDowell. Sixth is Ethan Dotson. Seventh is Devin Moran. Eighth is Jonathan Davenport. Ninth is Carson Ferguson. And 10th is Garrett Alberson. So I believe Scott's helmet so we will get that picked up. All right, 65 to go, Chris Moore.
Tyler Stevens also pulled off. He picked up a vibration, he said, in the drive shaft. He pulled off as well. So handful of guys here dropping out earlier this one, and like you said, James, still a long way to go.
Yeah, and I see the 777 back here. So, yeah, there is Jared Landers off at turn number 4. We'll take a look at it. Heavy damage on the right rear quarter panel of that Category 5 car. And again, we don't cut them off. I mean, we saw that at Brandon Shepard, back at the Dirt Late Model Dream at Eldora. So Lander's still out there, the 2010 winner of this race. All right, there you have Thornton. Greedy has tried and tried. He tried to stay with him on the Delaware double file. Now Marler will be on there on the inside as McCready picks the top. Then it's McDowell and O'Neal, Moran and Dotson. Shout out to Ethan Dotson here tonight in that Tyler Austin Brashear's Crew Chief 74 car. Then you have Davenport, Ferguson, and we'll try to get those back in order there in about 9th through 11th. We are going to pull Landers over, see if we can pull that quarter panel off. Again, we can't use any 10 snips or anything like that to see if we can pull that off. Or they're trying. All right, we're going to double them up here. Landers will keep his spot. All right, so there you have it on the Delaware double file. Thornton out in front. And that Bobby and Jessica Kohler Ultimate Towing and Recovery. Capital Waste 20 RT. Chris Madden, who won this race in 2019 for Scott Bloomquist, the crew chief on that car. Thornton looking for his third win for the team here. Won a preliminary night at Florence, and he won here last night. So again, 65 laps to go, 35 complete.
James, I think, yeah, they're sending Landers here into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce pit area to get that right rear quarter panel off.
Landers will turn to the left. He'll head into the infield, Chris Moore.
Yeah, it looked like they molded over the officials and then made the call. And he quickly dumped out a line. And they've got the mallet out. Nope, they've got the wheel cutter. Nope, they've got it off. No cutter needed.
There you go.
Just a little bit of manpower, that's all.
There you go. They'll come back out on the back because the lineup is already correct.
Yep, and his crew gave him the thumbs up. They told him he's all good.
Yeah, who needs a quarter panel, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're running in Macon, right? You don't need a quarter panel, man. All right, especially that guy, right? He doesn't have a roof and he doesn't have a quarter panel as he comes back out here in the topless 100. That'll get him fired up, man. You don't want to get Jared Landers fired up because he will spark the wall here in a little bit. He restarts there in the back. All right, 35 complete. Ricky Thornton Jr., Tim McCready, and Mike Marlar. Your top three at the Nutrient Ag Solutions Restart Zone. 65 yet to go. Marlar, O'Neill to the outside into turn 3. They go side to side. They're trying to go 3 wide for second off of turn 4. O'Neill will go to third. Marlar back to fourth. McDowell fifth. Thornton still leads. And that turn 1, I'm waiting on somebody to get into the wall, but they've done a good job so far as Thornton leads them out of turn 4. Tim McCready still in second in car 1. Stumbles just a tad in 2. O'Neill third. Marlar fourth. McDowell fifth. Moran is sixth. Seventh is Davenport. Eighth is Dodson as they come off of turn 4. Down the main straightaway into turn 1. Out of 10 car length advantage for Thornton. Still a lot of cars left running. We started with 27. We've lost a handful, but we still have a good amount left as they go on to turn out of turn number 2. Thornton down the back straightaway. 39 complete. Still 11 shy of the halfway mark. When will tire wear become a factor if it does here tonight? They have pounded that top line. That's right there as they come out of turn number 2. You see the advantage. And Dalton Wilson slows in turn number 3. And will he make it to the pit area? He does. Dalton Wilson's night is done in the 18D. And Brandon Smith on the back straightaway, and the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out for the 17 SS. Third in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase is the two top contenders in that are already out of the race in Troutman and Clay Harris, Chris.
Right rear flat tire on the 17. Trying to get over here. And it is shredded. It is not worn out. It is shredded. And Landers is in here as well. Hollering for his guys. Don't know what he's looking for. Maybe a new set of rear tires for him. And why not, James? They're already at the tail of the field.
Right. After
having to come in earlier. So they got the right rear quarter panel ripped off under the last yellow. Now, why not take the opportunity to put new rubber on?
Heck, just take the left rear quarter panel off, right?
Make it symmetrical.
Yeah, we're still 9 shy of the halfway mark, and the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Fix picking up here.
Yeah, I can tell you the 17 SS that tire did not wear out. I don't know if he maybe ran something over or what the case might be, but that tire's got a giant hole in it and shredded. It did not wear itself out.
All right, good reporting. Thank you, Chris. Great job. 9 shy of the halfway mark, 41 scored. It's Thornton, McCready, O'Neill, Marlar, and Dotson. Yeah, Moran is 5th, my bad. Then you have Davenport. And in Dotson. Again, our timing and scoring. Having issues with that. Okay, here we go. Thornton still leads. He's led every lap tonight so far. Whittling them down there as you see all the cars left on the racetrack. Moran is right there in 5th. 6th is Davenport. At the Nutrien Solutions restart zone here at Batesville, we're back underway. Thornton into 1, McCready on the bottom. McCready for the lead. He'll slide up the track, and McCready will take the lead. Thornton will try to cross over to 3. Will we have a lead change? Thornton fires it in. Off at turn 4, McCready down the straightaway. New leader is Tim McCready in car number 1. What a restart for Rocket 1, and they're throwing sliders back and forth. Thornton takes the lead back, down the back straightaway. Into turn 3, here comes O'Neill at 71. It is getting sporty, and Thornton, the 1 throws it in, he still leads. Man, they are going at it. McCready and the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out. Oh, man.
It's for Mike Marlar, James. He slowed a lap ago off at turn number 4, and he's showing some smoke. It doesn't look like good smoke. I don't know that the 157 is going to continue. They're looking in the rear end of the race car. Joshua Landers is also back here. I believe they only changed the right rear for Landers. I think they're going to try and get the left rear this time. Marlar's already taken the helmet off. Yep. I believe he's going to be done.
Man, he was running up in 4th, but what a battle for the lead those last couple of laps. But what a restart for Tim McCready as Mike Marlar out of the Skyline Motorsports 157, out of this one. Tim McCready has led the last 2 laps. He and Thornton throwing haymakers at each other. Thornton is 2nd. 3rd is O'Neill. 4th is McDowell. I believe Davenport, who started 15th, is 5th. Then you have Moran, Dotson. Yes, Chris.
Yeah, real quick, I just talked to Mikey Marlar. He said it was the motor that was the problem. I then asked him, what do you think of the racetrack? He said it's absolutely awesome. When the top burns off, things are going to get really good.
Well, it's gotten good the last couple of laps, and we're still 7 shy of the halfway mark. You would have thought that was the last 2 laps of the race. The way Thornton and O'Neill were going. I mean, Thornton and O'Neill, of course, used to drive the Rocket 1. McCready and Thornton at the Nutrien Solutions restart zone. The field continues to be whittled down, but they are back at it out of turn 4. McCready will lead them into 1. Thornton led the first 41 laps, and right now down through the middle. Here comes McDowdy. Dale McDowell on the bottom. You don't want to see that if you're another competitor down the main straightaway. Dale McDowell will go back to 3rd at 17M. McCready still leads. Thornton, McDowell 3rd, O'Neill 4th, Davenport up to 5th. 6th is Moran. Off at turn 4, it's still Tim McCready out in front. He started in 3rd. He trailed Ricky Thornton Jr. for 41 laps, and he's led now, which will be the last 5 laps off of turn 4. You know he wants it. He is hungry for that win. In the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series in his career, he has 37 career victories out at turn 2. 16 years ago, he won this race for the Sweeteners Plus 39 as they go down the main straightaway. It's McCready still in control right now. He stretches it out to about 5 car lengths lead. O'Neill is 3rd. 4th is McDowell. 5th is Davenport. Battle back here between the pair of white cars going into turn 3. That is Moran and Dotson. Well, that's Timothy Culp. My bad. Timothy Culp has come up through there in the C8. He started in 20th in his first topless 100 in a while. Culp putting on a show in that Bennings Heating and Air C8. McCready still leads. Next time around, it'll be 50 down, 50 to go. Tim McCready off of turn 4, 4th in the championship points, halfway to a topless 100 victory. Long way to go as the battle back here continues. Behind them, that is Devin Moran and Timothy Culp. Off of turn 4, T-Mac into turn 1. Now they're going to pick up the tail end of the field as those cars are entering turn number 3. Right now he's got, I believe that's Brendan Smith, the final car in the lead lap. McCready, he has made that car work up top that entire race. He and Thornton went at it back and forth, throwing sliders. In turn 2, now he's got to be careful down the back straightaway. Thornton now is losing contact with McCready. McCready throws it in into turn 3. McCready fires it in on the lap car off of turn 4. T-Mac still leads down the main straightaway. Into turn 1, Thornton still 2nd. You see O'Neill through the middle, McDowell up top. Davenport runs 5th. Battle back here between Moran and Culp. Down the main straightaway, McCready looking good. That Durham Ford powered number 1 for the Watertown, New York driver as he stretches it out into turn 3. Still a long way to go as they come off at turn 4. Culp there and Moran battling it out. Every position important for Devin Moran. He's 2nd in the points as he had chopped down on Thornton's lead here in the last month. The winner at Huset's was Devin Moran. He was 2nd at Florence last Saturday night in the North-South 100. Heavy lap traffic. That's an understatement into turn 1. McCready now. He's got to be careful, but all caution of the wind into turn 3. He is behind the 777 and Sharon Landers. Here comes Thornton, starts to close out of turn 4. Down the main straightaway. McCready and Thornton into turn 1. Oh man, they are right up against that wall. Out at turn number 2, Thornton has cut the gap down from about 8 car lengths down to 3 to turn 3. Now Thornton will go to the bottom. In heavy traffic off at turn 4. Thornton trying to regain the lead. McCready still on top into 1. Tim McCready in 1. Oh man, they flirt with disaster in 2. Thornton is there and they go side by side at a turn 2 down the back straightaway. Into turn 3, Thornton trying to regain the lead. Thornton on the bottom. Will he throw it in there? Off at turn 4. And Ricky Thornton Jr. by half a car length has regained the lead into turn 1. So Ricky Thornton Jr. back in front. They still battle traffic out of turn 2. McCready is there, or turn 4 rather, down the main straightaway. 40 laps remaining in the topless 100. The battle continues as Thornton starts to pull away, but he himself will have heavy lap traffic here. It was to his benefit a couple of laps ago. McCready still right there off of turn 4. Down the main straightaway. 3rd is O'Neill. Brendan Smith slows. Brendan Smith out of the race in the 17 SS. The back straightaway, Thornton clears to the outside. Now McCready, they got about 2 to 3 lap cars between 1st and 2nd. It's Ricky Thornton Jr. looking for his first win here in the Comcam's topless 100. As right now, O'Neill is starting to close on the 1 car. 4th remains McDowell. 5th is Davenport. 6th is Moran. As they head down the main straightaway into turn 1. 63 complete. Or excuse me, a 37 to go. 63 complete. Ricky Thornton Jr. led the first 41 laps. And then McCready got the lead and Thornton has gotten it back. There you see Dale McDowell right now in 4th. 5th is Davenport. 6th is Devin Moran there in 99. As the laps continue to tick away. Keith Thornton Jr. still your race leader. You're not missing anything up front. There's McDowell. We got a car slowing into turn 3. And Ricky Thornton Jr. is off the pace. Ricky Thornton Jr., your race leader, off the pace. Does he have a tire down in the 20 RT? In fact, he does. So Ricky Thornton Jr. in heavy traffic got the lead back after a great battle with McCready. And Chris Moore, your race leader, is coming to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
Unbelievable. RTJ obviously has been the man in Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series racing for the past year and a half. This topless 100, though, escaping him. I'm going to try and see, James. I believe a lot of teams started with a 4 on the right rear. Is a 4 going on to replace it, or are they going to go softer? Because, again, from what I've seen, the track conditions haven't really worn out these tires. They're getting me. Ethan Dotson's also in here. And he does not have a flat, so I think they're just making an adjustment, potentially changing compounds. I'll try and keep an eye on it. Obviously, a lot of guys in here, I don't want to get too far into the thick of things, but as soon as they get that new right rear tire on and send them away, I'll see if I can get a word with one of the crew guys and find out if they put a softer compound on the right rear.
I think they're trying to find out if there's a hole in it or not. They can run the 3 and the 4 on the right rear. On all the other 3 corners, they have to run a 2 or a 3. So Ricky Thornton Jr., your race leader. Wow. 65 laps, yes, 35 to go. Tim McCready will be back in front. Whew, deep breath. Hudson O'Neill is 2nd. Dale McDowell 3rd. Jonathan Davenport up to 4th in 49. Then I believe it's the 99 of Moran as the 99B of Boom Briggs is headed down for some look-see. Moran, then you have Culp, Alberson in 58. Man, oh man, oh man. So Thornton leads the first 41 laps. And there's what happened. Chris Moore, as you see the hole in the tire there. As Chris is trying to get word with the crew, Chris Madden, the crew chief, and DJ Williams and Ricky Arnold on the crew. Chris?
Well, they both put 4s on the right rear, so guess they still believe, especially in RTJ's case, obviously his car was really good. They still believe that the harder compound is the way to go, or just wasn't really a thought. Nobody had a 3 on hand, but both RTJ and Ethan Dodson are both going to have to come from the rear with new tires on the right rear.
So again, recapping there, Thornton led the first 41 laps. McCready led laps 42 through, as soon as I find it here, 42 through 58. And then from lap 59 until the last completed lap, lap 65, Thornton was in front. So McCready back out in front, 35 to go. O'Neill 2nd, McDowell 3rd, 4th is Davenport, 5th is Moran. So we'll single them up, get them in line. So with my scoring down, I'm not sure how many cars are still on the lead lap. They would go in front of the lap cars in the running order. So we'll still have the Delaware double file restart. So Neil will have the pick on Dale McDowell. As I mentioned, Scott Bloomquist, nobody better at tire conservation. I think McDowell, they both drive the same way. They drive it straight. You know, they drive those cars straight. And I'm sure Shane McDowell down there getting a close eye on the 17M. So right now, the top 4 have all won this race. O'Neill, what's he going to pick? He's going to pick the top on McDaddy. Oh, you put Dale McDowell in the bottom. Well, let's see what happens here. Dale probably said thank you very much if he can get a run in the 1. Alberson back in there in 58. All right, the new Treat Solutions restart zone. 3 lead changes. Tim McCready, the new Treat Solutions start zone, back underway at Batesville, 35 to go. McDowell, he forced up the track. O'Neill, and McDowell's going to take second. And on the outside back is O'Neill. They go side by side. And the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out for the 20 RT as he goes spinning around in turn number 2. We will see the end of it here on our speed shot camera. So you had a bunch of cars going into turn 1. You got that bump down there. How they have kept it out of the wall down there, I do not know. All right, still 35 to go. Good restart for Mac Daddy, but we'll do it again. Well, Devin Moran, he is right there in the 99 car in 5th. And he gains points here tonight on the 20 RT. We stay this way, we'll see. There's Culp. Timothy Culp is running a heck of a race in that C8 car, right in there. And Garrett Alberson, not out of it yet in 58. Davenport waving his arm down there in 49, not sure what the issue is. And we got a car stopped over in turn 2, David Brazil in 54. So some attrition here. 35 laps to go for $50,000. I believe David Brazil, I got to know from Jimmy Steigerwald that car, he won it in the Toys for Tots that the Rocket Chassis has at the World Finals at Charlotte. And of course, a great cause that Jimmy and everybody has done for that Rocket Chassis. Mark Richards and Steve Baker and everyone associated with that is they get toys for underprivileged children for Christmas time. And they give that car away, and we'll have them. I believe they will probably be at, I'm not sure if they'll be at Port Royal. I'm sure they will probably be at Lernerville on Wednesday. So make sure you go down there and buy a ticket. Chance to win a new Rocket Chassis coming up in the 1st of November. So Brazil looks like his night might have ended for the Four Corners, Mississippi driver.
Devin Moran on his way to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce pit area. And I think they're going to put new tires on the 99 machine as well. I think the right rear tire is starting to go soft for Devin Moran. They caught it early. And James, that maybe could have been what Jonathan Davenport was waving, trying to let Moran know that his right rear tire was going soft, but that's exactly what's happened. Moran's guy's gonna change both rear tires on the 99, and I'll see if I can get a look again and if they putting the softer 3 on the right rear.
You might as well just change both of them as they're doing down there. So 35 to go, 65 complete. Again, your running order, it's McCready, O'Neill, McDowell, Davenport. Culp is now 5th, and it's Alberson in 58. So we'll get them lined back up here on the Delaware double file restart. I believe that's the 1 of B.J. Robinson has come up back through there. So Dotson and Thornton on the back. Moran will join them as well in 99.
James, it is 4 going on the right rear for the 99 of Devin Moran. I also saw Chris Madden. I asked him if he thought about putting a 3 on the right rear for RTJ, and he just shook his head no. So 4 still seems to be the consensus, even though we are well into the second half of this race now.
You know, Madden drove for Bloomquist on a couple of different occasions that 2019 year when he won 3 Crown Jewel races in a row, Cedar Lake, Florence, and here at Batesville. All right, 65 complete. Tim McCready, the 50-year-old out of Watertown, New York, off at turn 4 of the Nutrient Solutions restart zone as they head into turn number 1 with the lead in that Valvoline number 1. O'Neill throws the slider up there. They go 3 wide out of turn number 2. Davenport on the outside, shot of the Davenport. Started back in 15th. The 49 is home track for his car owners. Lance and Darlin Anders are side by side down the main straightaway. Jonathan Davenport up to 3rd. Timothy Culp on the move of the C8. McDowell back to 5th. Alberson is 6th. Tim McCready still leads off of turn number 4. Into 1. Joined this after Hudson O'Neill left him back in March. McCready, they hired the veteran driver, 2-time Lucas Oil champion, former Chili Bowl winner in a turn 1. Hudson O'Neill is 2nd, down the back straightaway. Here comes Davenport in 49. Culp looking for a career best run in the topless 100. McDowell is 5th, Alberson is 6th. Off at turn number 4. I believe that's B.J. Robinson. Good run for the Black Diamond driver, the Bossier City, Louisiana runner in the top 10. See if Moran, Thornton, and Dotson can come from the back. But right now, it is all McCready into turn 1. Tim McCready, 70 complete, 30 to go. Crew Chief Danny White, Joel Rogers, Austin Hargrove keeping a close eye on the 1 car into turn 1. Owner Mark Richards. Out at turn number 2, down the back straightaway. He's opened up that lead about 12 car lengths over O'Neill. Meanwhile, here comes Davenport back at O'Neill. He's about 3 car lengths back out of turn 4 as they head into turn 1. Tim McCready lost his father about 3 months ago. Barefoot Bob McCready, a legendary modified racer, as they come out at turn number 4. Again, 2008, he won this race. And the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out in turn number 2. And it's Dale McDowell.
Flat right front on the 17M for McDowell. I will see if maybe they make any change. Nobody has a right rear tire in hand. Chris Madden is checking out the right rear for the 17M. Again, right now it's only a right front that they are changing the flat right front tire for Dale McDowell. I believe there might be a scramble though going on right now to change the rear tire. Nobody grabbed the jack for the right front. And again, manpower, James, that's all we need around here.
Right, Chris, grab you a Hellraiser jack and get down there and do that, right?
I'm not strong
One of
enough
our great
for that.
sponsors with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. So, well, Hudson O'Neill is coming around the track. Is he looking at something on the racetrack or what? Down the middle of the back straightaway. There might be something on the track in the middle of the back straightaway as O'Neill has come to a stop back there to the attention of the track crew.
James Carson Ferguson's also down here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce pit area, changing both rear tires for the 93. So a common theme we've seen really throughout this race as we continue to keep an eye here on Hudson O'Neill. No track officials or Lucas Oil officials have made their way over to
They're on their way right now. So O'Neill stopping back there to point out something on the racetrack, I believe, right there. So right now we've got 72, I believe, scored, 28 remaining.
looks like work has now gone on for McDowell to change the right rear tire as well. So they took advantage of their opportunity, got the flat right front changed, now putting on a new right rear for Dale McDowell.
Hey, you're going to get courtesy laps for a flat tire anyway, so might as well just change the right rear here. 28 to go. Tim McCready, your leader. O'Neill is second. Third is Davenport. Fourth is Culp. Fifth, I believe, is Alberson. Sixth is Robinson, B.J. Robinson. And it's Ethan Dotson. And he is pitted already. All right. McDowell is back out. Still on the lead lap, as he is back there with the 99. Off at turn 4, Tim McCready, 28 laps to go off at turn 4 at the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone, back underway in Batesville. Oh man, Jonathan Davenport, O'Neill out of shape. Davenport to go to second. Garrett Alberson is third and 58 off at turn 4, batting for the lead out of a turn number 4. McCready has it by a car length into turn 1. Jonathan Davenport, nothing more than a win here and in front of his car owners at their home track. Garrett Alberson third, O'Neill and Culp going at it down the main straightaway. Garrett Alberson, could tonight be the night? We haven't talked about him much all weekend, but could tonight get that first Lucas Oil win? And it would be a crown jewel victory here in the Arizona Sport Church Crown Jewel Cup. Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to move up there as he's followed Dotson. Dotson around Culp. Out at turn number 2 with the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out. We got a car here on the main straightaway, and it's Max Blair in the 111. So not what sure happened. Not sure what happened to the Brad Spochaz 111. Max Blair, let's see, coming off of turn 4, right? There's Thornton hitting the wall. And Blair going around, twirling out of turn 4. Not sure if he had contact from someone else, could not tell. With 25 to go, Chris Moore.
A couple of more guys in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce pit area, B.J. Robinson, but they just took a look. Didn't change any tires or anything, and the one's going to make his way back out. McDowell, meanwhile, I mentioned they got the tires on the right side changed. Looks like they're going to change the left rear tire, and now looks like a shock adjustment in the right rear for the 17M car. And James, I think these guys, even still at the tail of the field, feel like with the way that this war of attrition has gone and the way that guys are changing tires and everything like that, wondering if the guys in the back aren't too confident in the guys up front keeping the tires underneath of them here as we get into the later stages.
Yeah, sure. They're 25 to go. McCready out in front. Second is Davenport. Third is Alberson. Fourth is O'Neill. Fifth is Culp. Sixth is Dotson. Seventh is Thornton. Eighth is Boom. Ninth is Moran. 10th is Ferguson. All right, 25 to go. Traffic may not be a problem from here on out. We'll see. Tim McCready, Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone ahead of Alberson and Davenport, back underway at BMS. Out at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Alberson takes a peek on the 49 of Davenport. O'Neill tries to split him out of turn number 4, but it's still T-Mac with the lead. 24 to go into turn 1. They are pushing as hard as they can. They're going to go for it down the back straightaway. Will those right rears last? Off at turn number 4. It is still Tim McCready. Jonathan Davenport trying to catch him. Into turn 1. Davenport will go to the middle off at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. We got a battle for lead here at Batesville into turn 3. 22 to go. Off at turn 4, Davenport. McCready, 2 of the best in the business. 2 first ballot Hall of Famers out at turn 2 down the back straightaway. They are driving it for all it's worth off at turn number 4. Down the main straightaway, 21 to go, 79 in the books. We'll have 20 to go next time. Davenport through the middle into 1 and 2. Up top is still T-Mac. Down the back straightaway, 3rd is Alberson. 4th is Culp. Ian O'Neill going back and forth, throwing sliders off at turn 4. That's a 74 to Dodson. So Ethan Dodson has come from the back. Down the back straightaway, good run for the California hot shoe into turn 3. Second full year, basically, in a dirt late model. He started a little bit last year, but actually his first full year is to come out of turn number 2, and guess what? McCready stretched it out. Tim McCready's got a good hot rod. Out of turn number 4. Down the main straightaway. Keep this thing green. They may pick up the tail of the field, and Hudson O'Neill has problems in 71 in turn 4. Back under though. But he'll lose some spots as Boom has gotten around him. Thornton has gotten around him in the 20 RT. But it is all Tim McCready. Out of turn 2, as you see Thornton as O'Neill has slid back. Thornton trying to make his way back up through there. So it's McCready, Davenport, Alberson, Dodson. Thornton is back to 5th. 6th is Boom. 7th is O'Neill. Down the back straightaway to turn 3. $15 to go, 85 in the books. Old school right here, trying to keep track of it when your timing and scoring is down off turn number 4. Tim McCready, the race leader. Davenport, as McCready has stretched it out. Jimmy Owens, the final car back there in the 20 car, but he's several car lengths back as Tim McCready in a turn number 3. 13 laps to go, lap 87. And Devin Moran slows on the main straightaway into turn number 1, right rear tire down on the double down 99. Devin Moran to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Stick report.
Yeah, 20 of Jimmy Owens also here into the pit area. Looks like they're going to change both rear tires for him. And Moran, remember, James, he's one of the guys that's already been in here to the pit area, so something ain't that right rear apart. And they're going to go, I believe they'll be the first to go to their 3rd right rear. Will the 99 for Devin Moran. Jimmy Owens, you mentioned that he was the last car on the lead lap. The first one that Tim McCready was approaching. And again, you're at the back of the pack. You have no track position. Why not take advantage of the opportunity to come get some new rubber? So those are the only 2 guys it looks like at this point. Also, I did see Hudson O'Neill drop the right rear over the berm over there off at turn number 4, and that's why he lost those couple of spots, James.
Right, but right now there's only 13 laps to go, so we'll see how those front runners have. It's Tim McCready, your leader. Jonathan Davenport is 2nd. Garrett Alberson is 3rd. 4th is Ethan Dotson. 5th is Ricky Thornton Jr. 6th is Boom Briggs. 7th is Hudson O'Neill. Then it's Colt, Ferguson, Blair, Robinson, McDowell, and then it'll be Moran as we'll double them up. So Devin Moran trying to seize an opportunity here tonight to cut into Ricky Thornton Jr.'s points lead. But Thornton has recovered to 5th. And he may not be out of it yet for a win. So right now, the first 3 have not pitted in McCready and then Davenport and Alberson. Then Dotson is pitted. Thornton is pitted. I believe Boom is pitted. O'Neill is not. 87 scored, 13 to go. Deep breath, folks. Down the back straightaway to the Nutrien Solutions restart zone. 13 to go. Will it be lucky 13 for Tim McCready as they come out of turn 4, back underway at Batesville? Dotson, Ethan Dotson's got that 74 working. How about the modified hot shoe down the back straightaway? Ethan Dotson may have a shot here at the end with a dozen to go. Here comes Alberson on the bottom of the turn number 4, lap 88 in the books of Batesville, 12 to go. McCready, Davenport. Here comes Dotson, throws the slider in on Alberson. Ethan Dotson at third. Now Alberson returns to favorite. Garrett goes back to third. Thornton is back in fifth. O'Neill is sixth. But out in front is still McCready. 11 to go into 1. He tries to pull away from JD. Meanwhile, Dotson on the inside. Garrett Alberson a solid third right now. It's tenuous a little bit as Dotson regroups. Again, Thornton is fifth as they come out at turn number 4. 10 to go. We have another caution from here on out. It's going to be a single file. 11 to go, my bad. Now to be 10 to go this time around. Critics probably count down with me, hoping it was 9 to go. But it's 10 to go down the main straightaway. Into turn number 2. He's trying to get some breathing room on Jonathan Davenport. You don't want JD on you on a last lap slider. McCready off at turn 4. Down the main straightaway. 9 laps to go into 1. From here on out, it will be a single file restart if we have a caution. Got about a 6-7 car length advantage, and then well back at 12 car lengths back is Garrett Alberson in third. Down the main straightaway. Tim McCready, Jonathan Davenport down the back straightaway. Into turn 3, all eyes up front. McCready started his career in a rocket. 2004, his first full year in a super late model. Out at turn number 2, down the back straightaway, the big block modified star, now a dirt late model star. As they come out at turn number 4, down the main straightaway, 6 to go for T-Mac. Into turn 1, that car they debuted a brand new Rocket XR 1.2 a week ago. Right now, he's trying to pull away, and he looks good off at turn 4. 5 laps to go for his second topless 100 victory. McCready out at 2, down the back straightaway. Second is Davenport. Third is Alberson. Fourth is Dotson. Fifth is Thornton. Sixth is O'Neill. Seventh is Carson Ferguson. Tip of the cap to him. He's hung in there. Boom is eighth. Tim McCready down the back straightaway. 4 to go. He'll have 3 to go next time around. He wants it to stay green. He does not want to see a caution down the front straightaway. 3 laps to go for T-Mac. JD second. They will pick up the tail end of the field, but there's not a lot of cars left, and McCready off at turn number 4. 2 laps to go for the Watertown, New York driver. 2-time Lucas Oil Late 100 Series national champion. Out at turn number 2, Davenport cannot make up any time. They'll head to the Barron's Performance. 1 lap to go. For his first win in Rocket 1, he's got 1 lap to do it. Barron's Performance, 1 lap to go into 1. JD is too far back. McCready out at turn number 2. 16 years ago, he won his first topless 100. Pending the UNO8 scales tonight, Tim McCready goes to victory lane at Batesville Motor Speedway. He wins the topless 100. Davenport is going to finish second at 49. Alberson is third. Fourth is Dotson. Fifth is Thornton. That's unofficial. Well, in UNO8 scales, they've been working and working. All these race teams work so hard. But you know, Rocket 1, they were on top for so long. Brandon Shepard, Josh Richards. I believe that was Shane McDowell down there giving him a high five as he's up on the UNO8 scales. They will check the weight. Remember, a 100-lap race, it's a pound per lap burn off. And they'll check Drew. Jonathan Davenport, unofficially, your Todd Steelbudding's hard charger, 15th to 2nd. And again, Garrett Alberson 3rd, Ethan Dotson 4th, 5th, Ricky Thornton Jr. That's all unofficial, of course. Danny White, the crew chief, Austin Hargrove, and Joel Rogers. Steve Baker inducted into the National Dirt Lane Hall of Fame last week at Florence. Mark Richards, who became great friends with Scott Bloomquist here over the last few years. So we'll talk to the top three here in Lucas Oil Victory Lane on the Big River Steel podium. Tim McCready, in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, two-time champion. It'll be his 38th career win. Scott Bloomquist, the all-time winningest driver. Then it's Jimmy Owens, Jonathan Davenport, Don O'Neill, Ricky Thornton. It is official, ladies and gentlemen. Tim McCready wins his second career topless 100. He did it here tonight. Here he comes, that Valvoline number 1. The first time was the Sweeteners Plus 39. His first win for the Valvoline Soybert Calf Ranches Durham-powered Rocket 1. Chris Moore. Race fans, give him a big round of applause. Tim McCready has done it here tonight.
What a race car they put together for tonight. On a night where it seemed like tires would be a big problem, the top three never went to the pit area, went all 100 laps on the right rear, and T-Max lasted the whole way and lasted the best. 2008 and now 2024, your Nutrient Ag Solutions Topless 100 presented by Big River Steel. Winner a $50,000 paycheck. How about it? What a way to get your first one in Rocket 1. Streamers went off there on me. What a way to get your first one in Rocket 1. A crown jewel $50,000 victory. He'll get the hat. Hoosier neckband, Sunoco checkered flag. He's climbing out of the car. He can hear you. How about it? T-Mac, a $50,000 winner.
Chris, he doesn't have a roof to pound on like he's used to, right, my friend?
Yeah, he loves the roof pound. He will salute the crowd as always. He's happy, and why not? Oh, easy. He jumped into the puddle back there behind the race car as well. He'll give a hug to the race team, and why not? They've been working on this one for a long time. Mark Richards, a handshake and a hug. Proud, and why not? We'll get over here in front of the race car. Tim, a little bit more for me. Fireworks show, a big one, and why not? So many ways we could go with this one, but I think the biggest thing about it, first one in Rocket 1, and why not 50,000, 50 large for you here for the first one with Mark Richards.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. It was a grueling race, man. Beating the cushion down for that many laps, it was way quicker than it's been probably since the last time I won here. So maybe I need it fast. I'm sorry that I'm a little out of breath.
All good. I don't blame you. I talked to Mikey Marler after he pulled off, and he said when the top wears out, this race is going to get really, really good. And it seemed like it started to maybe slow down a little bit, but never enough for you to get off it.
Yeah, I just concentrated on Danny on the backstretch, and I think with like 15 to go or 20 to go, he told me to move down just a little bit in the middle of 1 and 2, and I don't know if it helped, but he stopped signaling and started putting his hands up, which feels like I'm getting away. So hats off to this Rocket 1 team. It's been a grind, man, and I tell you what, these guys haven't had one bad day. If they do, I would never know it. They do have their faith in me. I got my faith in them, and I told people it's going to take a little longer when you got two strong-willed guys like me and Mark that. And all three of these guys that have done it as long as we have, sometimes he wants to do stuff, and I'm like, boy, I don't know. And probably when I suggest things, he's like, man, some of my other drivers never had to do that. So it's been a work in progress. He sat down, built this XR1 version 2. It's been bad fast since I got off the truck.
You told me last night we're good early in the night, and then as it slows down, we struggle. As you mentioned tonight, it stayed really fast, especially around the top. Do you feel like that was to your advantage?
Yeah, I just had to put some pressure on Ricky. I mean, you know, I don't know if I was clear or not, but I've had plenty of them thrown at me in the last 3 years where none of them are clear. So I figured, well, it's 50 grand. He's won a lot of big races this year. I got none, so I'll maybe tame it down the next time. But I had to get to the lead as quick as possible because he gets out there and he gets cruising. He's so polished that he's not going to make a mistake. And I don't know if we pushed him a little, but he had a failure, and it was to our advantage.
And then tell me late in the race, you get those couple of restarts, and JD showing his nose to you. He won this just a couple of years ago. How much pressure were those restarts, especially with JD putting the pressure on you?
Well, at first, I didn't know it was JD. I thought it was Alberson because the scoreboard said 58. And I'm like, man, Alberson's all the way up to second. Didn't really know where he was. And then when I saw JD flash, I just know how he races. Him and I are tight. You know, we don't talk every day, but we talk enough. And when I see him down, I'll go over and try to pick him up, and when he sees me down, he'll do the same. He's probably one of the closest friends I have out here. So, you know, I knew he wasn't going to, run over me, and if he had a chance to clear me, he would have cleared me, and I just never saw him after a couple laps. And I just owe this whole thing to this Rocket One, Valvoline, performance grading, Sabre Calf Ranches, everybody on this entire team, Gunther's Honey, Petrov Towing, Franklin Enterprises, Fox Shocks. I mean, they went to work. Since I got in it, it's been the same thing. We've been trying to build stuff, and Mark and Fox and them guys went and worked on their program, and this Andy Durham motor, it runs really well. It's this fresh one went in, like I said, about when this new car came out, and I'm timing up front, winning heat races, putting myself in position. I just want to thank everybody, Ace Metal Works, Performance Grading, Sadillac, the whole deal on this car. There's so many product sponsors that I'd probably never get through them all, but Steve Baker, everybody at the shop, obviously my crew chief Danny, Austin, and Joel. When I show up and I'm not in a good mood, they cut up, and I see how they ride down the road with Mark. There's more to this race team than you guys think. These guys truly care a lot about each other, and the ability to let stuff go and come back like last night. I mean, we lost that deal on a start, and I looked at it, and yeah, it's partly my fault. I went a little early. I didn't think anything would happen, and they weren't happy, and today they wake up and you won't even know anything happened. So hopefully this is the first of many, man. I'm so excited that we got one, and I know if we keep working, like I said before, we're going to be pretty good. This car's pretty fun to drive.
Congrats on a big one, Timmy.
Yeah, thank you to all you fans, man, and everybody for coming out. It was a great crowd, and all just like I said last night, all the condolences to the Bloomquist family. I was riding around there with 20 to go, and I'm like, maybe that old Scott would let another old guy get one of these titles, and instead of these 20-year-olds getting them, and maybe he helped me a little. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you. And like I said, we send our condolences to their entire family. Scott, his daughter, his mother, father, everybody. It's a tough time, and this one's for my old man. I've been waiting to tell him I love him and to miss him, and I do.
There he is, Batesville Motor Speedway, a big one for T-Mac. Oh, he's got one more.
I just want to say hi to my wife Karen and Gavin Cambria. They're at home. If they stayed up, but it was they were mad last night. Tonight they're happy, so I can't wait to see them Sunday night or Monday morning.
All right, there he is, Timmy McCready, a $50,000 winner. Where'd JD go? I just had him. Jonathan. I'm told we're good right here. Runner up tonight. All right.
You good?
Yeah, they wanted me to move a little bit. Man, you had to work hard for this one. Last night you got kind of put behind the 8 ball, came from the B main, got to 15. So you got in the show, and then you had to work hard tonight, find your way through the attrition, and then you were in the mix at the end.
Yeah, definitely. My guys give me a really great car. They've been working hard, and, everybody out here works hard. And, man, it was hot. It's hard on us old guys, but I tell you what, we just kept working at it. That was a brand new car. So thanks to Longhorn, they built such a great piece. And I just wasn't quite comfortable with it qualifying like I wanted it. And then in the heat race, I just chose the wrong lane on a restart. So then that put us in the B main, and we just had to claw our way back from there. But we done some different stuff on tires just to make sure that we could go the distance and not hurt them. So I was trying to be easy on them at first and then just pick my battles as I went through. We had a really, really good car. I wasn't as good as Timmy, though. Like, I throwed everything I had at him. The more I'd move up on the racetrack, the freer I would get. So we've been tied all weekend with this car, and it just responded to every change really, really good. So I didn't want to over-adjust, and I was just a tick too free there at the end to really do what I needed to. But just thank Nutrient Ag Solutions, Steve. Does a whole lot for us, the whole bunch there. They're up on the hill. Maybe I put on a show for them. I don't like having to come from the back, but, this is Lance and Darla Lander's home track for sure. So it really means a lot to get a good run here. So I was driving as hard as I could and being smart about it. But thanks to Nutrient Ag Solutions, ASC Warranty, they're from around here also. Donna Grow, all of our partners, Bilstein Shocks, Longhorn, VP Fuels, Lucas Oil, Martin Automotive, Bobcat of Batesville, Martin Power Sports, just everybody involved. Couldn't thank them enough. All my guys, thanks to them, they work their tails off for me. And I don't know, I'm probably forgetting a few people, but it's been a day or two since we've been up here and been this good in a crown jewel. So congrats to Timmy and Mark. I know they've been working real hard, and their crew also. I knew it was going to come around eventually, and they had a really, really, really good car tonight. So congratulations to them. Thanks to all these fans coming out. I appreciate that. Say hello to everybody watching back home. And we're going up the road to Port Royal next week and see if we can get us another good run.
There you go. That's Jonathan Davenport, your runner-up in tonight's Topless 100. James, take it away while I find the final guy on our podium tonight.
It's awesome to see there. You have 2 first ballot Hall of Famers in the future, and they are not done yet, right? They are not done yet. They come on first and second, and Davenport will gain some points on Moran. And again, unofficially, the top 5, it's McCready, Davenport, Alberson, Dotson, and Ricky Thornton Jr. As you see, Tim McCready, again, this is an Arizona Sports Shirts Crown Jewel Cup race as well be next Saturday night at Port Royal.
James, I've got our final guy on the podium here, Garrett Alberson. Garrett, early on, I didn't think you had anything. It seemed like you fell back, and then all of a sudden I was like, hey, there he is, and you were in the thick of things at the end.
Yeah. Early, I was a little nervous. I never really felt that good early. I kind of had to be like way too conservative to take care of my tires. So I was like, well, hopefully this will play out, because I knew the pace and the speed you could carry. It wasn't really abrasive, but we were just keeping them so hot. So, yeah, I just try to pace myself, try to let them guys do their racing. And, man, I'm so proud of this Roberts Motorsports team. They've been working so hard. RC, Thomas, my wife, Danny, Ken and Beth. Man, I'm so proud of them. I love this track. It's so tricky and so fast and so cool. And, man, congrats to Timmy. He's been working hard, the whole team, Rocket One, and congrats to JD. Super fun race. Lots of high speed mixing it up. And just got to thank Sunoco Race Fuels, Bill Stein Shocks, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Titan Race Products. We got Chandler here. Thanks for all of his help. And Romer Machine Weldon, Done Right TV, Swift Springs, Fast Shafts. Build Sport Shops. Man, we got so many good sponsors and so many good friends and supporters, and just thank you all.
Congrats on a great run, Garrett.
Thank you, guys.
There you go, Garrett Alberson, the final guy on the podium. He'll head over, and I was told, T-Mac, you talked for a while. You're not done yet.
That's a quick one. Styles Marine and Maintenance. I always forget them. They're on the back spoiler, and I apologize for all the people we forgot, but good. Thanks again for coming out, and we'll get you next week.
There he is, Timmy McCready, your winner tonight of the Topless 100, his second career Topless 100 win. James, an awesome weekend, a fantastic night. What a way to honor Scott Bloomquist, a great race at his favorite racetrack.
Yeah, we'll talk to you a little bit here again before we sign off as we have a race recap, our Lucas Oil race recap. Well, Ricky Thornton Jr. led the first 41 laps of this race. Then McCready got the lead, and I can't wait to see this again as you see Thornton at the start of this race. And he and McCready ran first and second. There you see the battle there. Dale McDowell tried to get up in there. He got around McCready there briefly, but it was Thornton, as you see, caution there for Dalton Wilson. Mike Marlar was running in the top 4. He had mechanical issues out of the race. Then you saw Stormy Scott slow, and Drake tried to get at him, and here's the pass for the lead. And watch this, Thornton comes right back. So they traded haymakers there for about 3 laps. Thornton Jr. There's the flat tire, wild lead. Took him to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce hot pit. And from then on, it was Tim McCready. Hang on there. Hey, I don't blame him. I'd be excited as well, and he drove a heck of a race. And there is your Big River Steel podium. Right there, the top three, Tim McCready, Jonathan Davenport, Garrett Alberson. And I'm telling you, Chris Moore, the king of tire conservation with Scott Bloomquist, he would look down on those top three and say, well done, gentlemen.
It was. It seemed like there was a point there, James, I was like, oh, man, here comes 20 RT after they got the new tire. You know, he got the flat right rear at about the halfway point, and he was coming quick, and I thought that the top three were sitting ducks, but he got to fifth and kind of stalled out there, and T-Mac just looked as good as he had all night, never seemed to lose pace at all. JD, as he said, he got to second and threw everything he had at him, but Timmy was just too good. And he and Rocket won. You know, I think it was a big thing he said yesterday. We're good early in the night, which always means you're good when the track's fast. And we talked about it all night. It was fast tonight. Hats off to the track crew here at Batesville. It was not one lane around the bottom tonight. It was up on the wheel, gassing around the top, and it gave guys opportunities to mix it up. As Garrett Alberson said, mixing it up at high speeds is a lot of fun. It's what these guys live for. It's what they got tonight, and T-Mac was the man to do it. He was the best of them all. An outstanding night of racing. Great weekend here at Batesville Motor Speedway. It was warm, but James, if you'll have me, and if Ben doesn't want to come back, I will absolutely do this again. Super cool racetrack, super cool facility, and always an honor to work with you and be a part of this whole gang here on Flow Racing, Map TV on Flow Racing, and be a part of a crown jewel weekend for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. It was a lot of fun, and look forward to seeing everybody on Wednesday night again for Castrol Flow Night in America.
Yeah, because it may take you till Tuesday to get out of the parking lot, my friend. Hey, great job. I know you'll be on with Ben and Dustin Tuesday from Lernerville and Port Royal at the end of next week. But let me just say this. Fans, if you're in the Mid-Atlantic area next week, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, come on out. See the best in the business, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. You're going to see the Castrol Flow Racing Night in America at Lernerville on Wednesday. Friday and Saturday at Port Royal. Come on out. Next week's schedule, again, as I mentioned, the Castrol Flow Racing Night in America, Lernerville Speedway, the Thompson family promoted facility. That'll be Wednesday night. The Kubota Height Limits next week in action. The USAC Sprint Cars Smackdown at Kokomo. Again, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series at Port Royal. The Kramer Clash next Saturday night in the Cars Tour. Next Saturday night as well. All here on Flow Racing. Deep breath. It's been a somber weekend, but it ends on a high note, no doubt about it. My man Zero, he'd be proud of T-Mac, no doubt about it. Congratulations to Tim McCready, his second career topless 100 win from Batesville Motor Speedway in Batesville, Arkansas. I'm James Essex along with Chris Moore. We'll see you Wednesday night, the Castrol Flow Racing Night in America from Lernerville, and next weekend from Port Royal. Everyone have a good weekend. We'll see you next weekend from the Keystone State.